Brand new restaurant opened in the Green Bay area recently, and a lot of people talking about it. It's fresh, it's different, it's unique, and Jim is here from Auburn's Eatery. He is the owner and chef to tell us a little bit about it and make one of their special appetizers. Good morning, nice to meet you.
Good morning, thanks for having me.
You bet, congratulations.
Thank you.
You bet. So first of all, tell us a little bit about your restaurant. What makes it different? What makes it special?
I think what makes it different is the items that we're producing are fresh. We buy everything fresh. We buy as much local as we possibly can. And we cook the foods that we like to eat, and they're comfort foods for our family.
And homemade bread, you've got the family in there. It's a family affair.
Yes, ma'am.
So this baguette was made, you know,
yes, ma'am.
fresh?
It was made fresh yesterday. My son and my daughter are both classically trained pastry chefs from Le Cordon Bleu. So all of our breads are made from scratch, desserts are made from scratch.
Ooh.
So
now we're talking.
Yes.
I like it. So this is an appetizer that's on the menu. It's a little different way of doing bruschetta, and I love bruschetta. And this is kind of a fun way to do it. So you want to take us through and
Sure.
we'll make it?
Actually, what we do is we slice up the baguette, and a typical serving size is 4 pieces.
Okay.
And we'll cut the 4 pieces, and then what we do is we take them and put them on a pan, and we'll put them in the oven and toast them off.
Okay. Just to kind of crisp them up a little bit?
To crisp them up a little bit before we put the mozzarella cheese on them.
So these are going to be got the warm and cold going
Correct.
on, which I like that.
Correct.
That's a great idea. All right, we've got some tomatoes here and some garlic. Okay.
Yes, what we're going to do, this is actually, I'm going to make a full batch that we would typically do at the restaurant.
Couple
it
cloves
has
of garlic.
4 cloves of garlic. We put in a half of an onion and about 8 Roma tomatoes is what we put in. And then you salt it to taste. So then what we'll do, we'll go ahead and mince this up as best you can.
Okay.
Try and keep your fingertips out of it.
Sure.
Yeah, my knife skills aren't, I'm not classically trained. I just love to cook.
Well, you know what, I'm not either, but it's where the heart is, right?
Sure. Yep. You know,
we learn as we go.
Yes, exactly, exactly. And you learn the things that you know, that will make you better at what you do. And
so what are some of the other things on the menu
oh my,
that are staples that people love?
the staples. What the newest thing that we just put on the menu? We just put on a roast beef sandwich. That is a spin on a sandwich that my family has eaten ever since I can ever remember. You know, I had it as a kid growing up, and
is it a cold sandwich or a hot sandwich?
No, ma'am. It's a hot roast beef sandwich. Again, we're using the garlic mayonnaise. Garlic's a theme.
Ooh.
You know, it's just one of those things that I think everybody likes garlic.
So sandwiches, soups, things like that.
Yes, ma'am. At lunchtime, we do several different kinds of sandwiches. We do soups fresh. Soups are made from scratch. We do a potato soup that tastes like a loaded baked potato.
Ooh.
We do chicken noodle soup that actually has a little bit of a spice to it.
Ooh.
Haven't had anybody, you know, look at me and go, no, it's too spicy. Everybody's loved it. We've actually been compared to the Soup Nazi.
Oh, I like that.
Out of New York. So that makes you feel pretty good. And we make those soups fresh, and then. You know, we roast off our own roast beef. We roast off our own turkey, and we slice the turkey.
Ooh, for a turkey sandwich? Okay,
Yes.
now we're talking. Wow.
We do a turkey dill sandwich that is served warm, and it's got lettuce and tomato, and then a dill spread that we make in-house.
Oh my gosh, Jim.
So-
now we're talking. All right, so we've got some onion in there and some
Yes,
garlic.
ma'am. And then we'll throw in some Roma tomatoes.
And you can just cut up one of them. We've got some
Okay.
already cut.
Yes.
I love using Romas this time of year. Now, of course, in the summer, you're going to be able to have access to all sorts of wonderful tomatoes, which I
Yeah,
can hardly wait.
The
but-
nice thing about owning a restaurant is that you actually have equipment that can do that, so it saves a lot of time.
Sure, sure, very true.
So, you know, it's a lot easier than doing it manually. I've never gotten proficient enough with a food processor to...
Well, in a food processor, when you do the tomatoes, it makes them almost too fine, you know,
Sure.
so these, you want them a little bit chunky. So we've got, what, you said about 6?
Yes, 6 or 8 tomatoes.
Okay.
And you have to remember that you want the dice small enough that it will go on the baguette.
Okay.
So you want fairly small pieces.
Sure.
Okay. And then what you do,
Need some olive oil?
no, actually I
No?
do not.
Okay. Whoops,
Whoop.
it's okay. Balsamic vinegar I
Yes.
see over there.
Yes, I'm going to give this a quick stir.
Okay.
And in that you'll put in 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup of balsamic vinegar.
Okay. Now, when you make this, do you like it to marinate a little bit?
Typically we don't serve it fresh. We'll make it the day before we're planning on using it.
So that the flavor really gets in there.
The vinegar flavor will go in there, and it actually has a tendency to make its own juice.
Okay.
And so that's why you don't put a lot of vinegar in it, because it will continue to make its own juice. And
So this
then-
is great for a make-ahead, you know, for
yes,
a party.
exactly. This is one of those items that you could do at a tailgate. Is a great tailgate.
Sure.
Because you can toast the bread on your grill. You can have this done up ahead and just do it that way. And you can do it with or without the cheese.
Sure.
We choose to do it, with the cheese. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
a different
I
spin.
agree. I agree.
So-
And that was looks like some really nice sea salts.
Yes.
So, which, we've got such few ingredients in here that we want them all to be the best. So let me go back to the oven
Great.
and get so basically we toasted up the baguette first, and then we laid a piece of fresh mozzarella cheese onto each piece of the baguette. So that's going to get all melty and wonderful,
Yes.
and toast that up. And so now we've got a plate. Oh my goodness. How good does that look? And as Jim said, you could do that on the grill, toast the bread and have melted
Correct.
cheese, and it'd give it some great flavor too. So a couple tablespoons of the tomato mixture on each.
Yes, I like to use a fork because it allows the juice to run out, because you don't want the baguette to get all soggy.
Oh, that's a good tip.
So it just makes it easier when we actually plate at the restaurant. My staff looks at me like I'm crazy. But
No, but I understand,
It
because
works.
I don't want it soggy, you don't want that, you want the crunch.
Okay.
And some fresh basil.
And then what we're going to do is do a quick chop on some basil.
Mm-hmm.
Garnish that, and then a little bit of aged balsamic.
Wow. Which is really sweet. That is fantastic. That is gorgeous. Always on the menu?
Yes, ma'am.
And what are your hours? Are you open lunch and dinner?
Yes, we're open lunch and dinner. We're actually open 11 until somewhere between 8 and 9, whenever
When-
people quit coming through the door.
Sure, sure. How many days a week?
6 days a week, Monday through Saturday.
Okay, so closed on Sunday.
Yes,
Gotta
just
take
because there was no traffic. So,
Well, Jim's going to stick around and do the ultimate grilled cheese sandwich. He's been selling a lot of those. It's got a garlic mayo, bakes in the oven, so can hardly wait. These look fantastic. Thanks so
Thank you.
much.